Well, hello everyone. I'm here with Ben from Two Kings Boxing Club. We're basically obviously doing everything about men's mental health and where to start, where to finish, how we get about in our lives and what we go through in our struggles. And my release is the boxing gym. So, and everyone knows my story when it comes to like my book, Alone with Great Steam. It's all about mental health, anxiety, depression, PTSD, panic attacks, that kind of stuff. For me, obviously, the boxing club and like exercise and that kind of stuff for mental health is massive, like for me. So I come down to the gym to see Ben, one of his good friends,
Tim.
This is Tim. Sorry, I got a bad chest infection, so I made everyone ill. So yeah, I've basically come down here to speak to Ben and Tim about mental health and how it's how the gym basically helped them, what they can do in their life to better mental health, like for men's mental health. It's not out there enough, I don't think, for men's mental health, and a lot of people are dying day in, day out through mental health, especially for men's mental health. So yeah, I'm just going to speak to Ben and see Ben, what has it been for you, like for this gym, for the young kids, and obviously the people that are coming here, even adults. Do you think it helps mental health?
Yeah, of course, like regarding the young kids and all that, you know, if they're getting bullied at school and they've got anxieties and stuff like that, the boxing club's a great place to come. You know, they meet new pals, everyone's on a level. You know, there's no bullying in here. Do you know what I mean? So they're safe and they enjoy it. That's the main thing, isn't it?
So do you think how does out there, if anyone's in the Kingston area, how would they just come down and just join up?
Just turn up.
So because a lot of kids are probably out there, like even like young men are probably out there, and they're wondering like, oh, I'm nervous about going down to the boxing club to actually walk through that door.
No, the boxing gym's probably more welcoming than the football pitch. To be honest with you, it is like you know, everyone's safe down here. All the coaches are good. Got Big Tim, Big Nick, Mabs. You know, so. Everyone's all right down here, do you know what I mean? Even the older lot, you know, the ones that are suffering. Fitness is the best thing you can do for your mind, without a doubt. Easy. Especially hitting things as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So basically, if you're in the Kingston area, so basically, if you're in the Kingston area and you're suffering from any mental health or any anxiety, any depression, you're at home right now, and you're thinking to yourself, like, I just need to clear my head or just go down or something like that, just come down to Two Kings Boxing Club. Ben's more than happy to welcome you in here. He's a lovely guy, and if you want to start a journey, he's more than welcome to start a journey with you and stuff like that. Tim, we was talking a bit earlier.
It'll cost you though.
We was talking a bit earlier about your kind of life story. The reason Tim's like in this conversation is, one, he's a bit of a trainer down here as well, does training with you, Ben, and stuff like that. His boy's only 16, he's a monster. He's going to do well, hopefully.
Next champion.
Yeah, definitely next champion. For me, I started talking to Tim earlier, and I was talking about men's mental health, and literally, like, he's been through men's mental health. He's been through it. So, like, when did your mental health, do you reckon, first started? Like, when did it first start?
Yeah, so I mean, mental health for me just comes in all different shapes and sizes, right? And I think everyone suffers with mental health, but they don't always get the opportunity to surround themselves by good people.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I was so keen to get my son down to, you know, meet Ben and get involved in boxing, have a purpose, get involved in fitness, surround himself by people that actually care and want to help him.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't know I suffered from mental health when I was younger. You know, I think we talked about earlier, when you got to 16, 18, 19, 20, you're living in a pub, you're surrounded by a load of lads, and you don't walk in the pub and go, fucking hell, I feel really
down,
emotional, I feel down. Right?
And
unfortunately, that just continues. And for me, I just needed anything to change the way I felt. I couldn't sit with myself, you know, and that's why I did use drink and drugs. And you know, I spent 25 years using heavily. I got married in addiction. I had kids in addiction, and it was only when I just literally needed to change. You know? I need to open up, speak to people, and when I finally asked for help, that's when stuff started to get better. I mean, listen, I'm coming up to 8 years clean and sober. I'm far from being a saint, but I've got an opportunity now and a purpose to give back to people, you know, that do suffer with mental health, right? And whether that be boxing, whether that be exercise, whether that be, you know, going for a walk, reading. You know, my message to a lot of people that do suffer: talk to someone, reach out, find something where you that you enjoy. You know, it could be boxing, it could be anything.
Yeah, some sort of outlet.
You know, and. Yeah, man, it's tough. You know, when I talk about this and what I've been through and where I've come from, and now sitting here today as a proud father, you know, a husband, you know, I've got a job, I can be present, and it weren't like that 8 years ago. 8 years ago, I was sitting there 12 and a half stone, sitting there just doing God knows what up my nose and drinking like an absolute fish. You know, I broke down. I was spiritually, mentally, physically fucked. I don't know if I can say that on
You
camera.
can, yeah, you can.
But so my message to people is, you know, reach out, talk to. There's so many people out there going.
So
through the same situation.
is that how you went from the worst part of your like mental health, where you was like drowned in like underwater and stuff like that? Your head was just going like that, and like so. If your breath of fresh air was what was your breath of fresh air? What did you do to get yourself out of that? Was it talk to someone?
I had to accept I had a problem.
Accept you had a
Yeah,
problem.
you know,
So that's massive.
and acceptance was key.
Yeah.
But look, listen, right, when we're in the madness, right, and we're sitting there dealing with anxiety, dealing with depression, dealing with just that inner feeling inside where I feel worthless, you know? And then,
I get that,
and we do. I think everyone does. I mean, I've been
like,
sitting there
what's
with the
the
best
point
day of my
being
life.
there? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, what's the point in it all? Yeah.
And
In a room surrounded by loads of people and feel like the loneliest person in the world.
exactly. And then what we do is we put a mask on, and
Front
we
it all.
put our chest out,
Yeah,
and we've got to say I'm
yeah,
alright.
yeah.
And then
I'm a geezer. Yeah,
of course.
I'm not allowed to have feelings.
I am a geezer.
But, you know, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, we're losing good men and women, you know, every single day.
Young as well. Young.
Young,
man.
yeah. I feel like definitely when it comes to like, I mean, at the moment like there is people every day. I mean, in the thousands, men are dying, killing themselves because they're not opening up. They're not talking about stuff. They're not opening up. I was one of them people. I genuinely was on the verge of I had enough. Like I was done. Like I was so drained in my life. I was done. Like I was ready to just put a bullet in my nut. I was just genuinely done. I think you said earlier you was done as well.
Yeah.
Like, he got to the point where he was done. Like, and when you get to that point in life, when you hit rock bottom and you're on the bottom and you're genuinely the lowest, the only way is up. You can't go any lower. Put one in your nut. So the only way is up. So if you can like. I think like for me, like not allowing people to down my life and dampen a load of crap in my life and try and put them away and then just
don't surround yourself with wallies, do you? Just stay away from the people that drag you down,
Well,
innit?
unfortunately, a lot of people are a product of their own environment.
Exactly,
If you choose to hang around in those sort of situations, you
become
that
that,
old
yeah.
saying, you sit in the barbers long enough, you're going to get a haircut. Right?
100%. Yeah. Hang around with crackheads, you will be a crackhead.
Yeah, exactly.
In a pub, you'll drink.
And even if you don't want to, but then you're just so obsessed by fitting in. So I'm going to try that once. Next minute you're hooked, right?
Surround yourself with boxers, you'll be a boxer.
Exactly that.
Yes, that's the
But that's like anything in life, yeah. I'm a big thing about being consistent. You know, whether it be relationships, work, exercise, boxing, sport, anything. I'm not being funny. People dipping in and out of things, and sometimes that's because of their mental health. Or they struggle to.
You don't realise it.
So I walk around and I sit there. When I was in the height of like mental health, and I was obsessed by what everyone else had. And when I had it, I didn't want it. I wanted what you want. I wanted what you want. Yeah. And then my head was just like a complete whirlwind.
Yeah, you're always chasing, didn't you?
Always
chasing, mate.
Chasing the things that shouldn't be cool.
It's not important.
I had a thing where I kept doing a business, stopping it. I changed. I got a business and I got another business. And as soon as the business went to get to the point where it was decent and all the building the business was stopped, it's like, oh, what do we do now? So I just built another one. Sold that one, built another one. And all the thing. And it occupied my brain. And people were like, why does he keep selling his businesses? Why is he like doing this and this and this? It's because my brain, once I stopped to think, it was just torture. I wake up in the morning, literally, the minute I wake up, it's like, here we go, right, start my drama in my head. And to the minute I go back to sleep, and then like when I go to sleep, that's my only peace. And then I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's just like I get instantly a rush of thoughts come ahead. Then I get a knock to my stomach. Oh, come on, go back to sleep.
30 people talking in your head.
Yeah, then I can't go back to sleep. And it's like you're in this massive cycle. And then when you feel low and you feel down, and then someone kicks you while you're down, and then someone else kicks you again and kicks you again and kicks you again, and you're at the bottom and you think, mate, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Please, just like, especially like when it comes to like, I don't know, ex-partners or stuff like that, or people like in your life or friends of yours, especially like some like family members, and they just kick you or whatever. Like, I'm just saying, not my family members, I'm just saying like genuine. And they kick you and kick you and kick you and kick you, and you're like, can you please leave me alone? Please leave me alone. And they don't, and they carry on, and then you're like, please, like, I'm not a bad person, I'm not that kind of guy, please leave me alone. And then when you go, fuck off, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, told ya, look what he's like. Told you what he was like. You pushed me so much and you explode. But like back in the days, like in 1940s, 1930s, stuff like that, even like the 1800s, stuff like that, and then we were men, like, we had control, we were alphas.
Yeah.
We were kings, we were all like proper kings. We were strong men, we were mentally stronger. Nowadays, I personally think that, especially like women, like, they get all the rights and we have to just do as we're told, shut the fuck up and all that kind of stuff, and we have to walk around like mopey now more than, like, we can't stand strong in our own homes anymore because like, shut the fuck up, what are you doing? oh, you better, please, I'll do this. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm going to tell my friend he's a narcissist, he's this. And there's so much bullshit out there now, and like we always like put down.
Yeah, social media is a big thing with all this shit, though, isn't it?
Massively.
It's that crap as well, isn't it?
Social media is.
That's the worst, isn't it?
It's
Everything,
killed the whole nation. I'm telling you, it literally has. It's killed the whole nation. Social media to these days, like especially kids in like they're getting bullied on social media. Of course, they ain't even got to leave out their house.
Yeah, they don't have to leave the house. They go home and they're getting bullied at home and things like that.
Go and kill. I've seen people saying to them, "Go and kill yourself, you dirty skanky bitch." Go and die. And then the person goes and kills himself. And then the police come around and go, "Hold on, I was just joking about." Do you know what I mean? They don't go to jail.
They don't understand the seriousness of that. I mean, that is serious. I mean, like you say, social media at the moment unfortunately is used for the wrong reasons.
It's because you can't go and smack him in the mouth anymore.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
exactly. 100%. So in one sentence, how would you think, like, one of the best things to give the audience, the best advice?
We're in a bad place.
What would be your...
Get yourself around good people.
Yeah.
And start getting yourself fit and healthy. Eat better.
Yeah.
No, don't sit in front of the telly. Don't sit in front of social media. Get out in the open air.
Keep yourself off
keep yourself
social media.
active so you're not thinking about shit. Yeah. Keep yourself active.
Yeah, God, one sentence. I struggle with that. We've already talked about reach out to the good people, right? Yeah, for me, really, it just starts with acceptance and the willingness to change, right? Because for me, if you're in a situation that you don't like and you don't accept that it's not how you want to be perceived, how you want to continue with your life, how you want to move forward, if you don't accept that you need to make those changes, you're never going to do it. It starts with acceptance, willingness and action. Because we need to take action, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
You talked about that mental health, and when we're in that situation, we feel worthless, we feel horrible, we feel like we're nothing, Unfortunately, you've got two paths at that point. You either cry out and ask for help and move forward in the right way, or accept it, and unfortunately, you're down under.
So if someone's sat at their home right now and they're literally struggling to get out of their bed, and they like, what would be if you two could come up with anything in your head to say, like, what would be your advice to get them out of their house if they're going through that?
Get the fuck up. I'm sorry.
Get
the fuck up.
God, I don't know how far I go into this. I mean, if you've got a problem with drinking drugs, get yourself to, recovery. Go into CA, NA. If you've got mental health and you don't drink and don't use, then get yourself to a doctor quick, ask for help. They will then point you in the right direction. Reach out to people like yourself on podcasts, because you'd be surprised. Honestly, every single street,
most people
there is
help you,
someone
wouldn't they, all the
else
time?
that, honestly, everywhere you go, there's another person that is going through this problem, but also on the other corner, there's someone that has got past that and willing to help. For me right now, you can't move forward unless you're willing to give back what you've received from someone else. That's the biggest gift that we got.
There you go, guys. So basically, if you're at home now and you want to get out, I know we've come to the end of the podcast, it's quiet. So
that's because we stopped talking.
Literally.
The bleeding
If
turds.
you're at home now, obviously we're all sweating because it is absolutely cooking in here. Because Ben has heaters on when he trains everyone boxing, so they sweat even more. So basically, if you're at home now and you want to actually if you want to reach out to anyone, you're more than welcome to reach out on me. Mine's Alone with Crazy Steve. I've got YouTube channels. I've got my book. I've got my website. I've got Instagram, I've got TikTok, I've got Facebook, and it's all Alone with Crazy Steve. If you're in the Kingston area, obviously I will be doing other boxing.
Trying to get people off social media, Steve.
Get off social media. Stay at home. knock on his door. Don't knock on my door. You don't know where I live. But I'm going to be going around the UK to other boxing clubs, and I can hopefully let you know the areas I'm in and stuff like that. And if you're in the Kingston area, genuinely, and even if you want to talk to someone and one of these are in it and you just want to talk to someone, I'm sure they're more than welcome to talk to you. If you're having a bit of a bad day and you want to get somewhere, I'm sure you guys will talk
of course
to
we will,
100%.
Sure, yeah.
So yeah, if you're in the Kingston area, come to Two Kings Boxing. It's brilliant in here, and everyone's all about love. There's no bullying in here at all. Ben will not have that. So if they're coming here, he's welcome with open arms, and you can either get down, grind, or you can just train in here and just be a trainer. So
you're not going to get a better interview than that, Steve, I'm telling you.
That's the best of it.
You can go up and down the country all day long. Ain't going to be as good as that, mate.
Yeah.
There we go.
You know what I mean, big man?
Right, you got our money now.
Thanks, mate.
Appreciate that.
Nice one,
Thanks a lot.
mate.
Really good.
Cheers.
All the best with what you're doing, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Top man, Steve.
See you later, boys.
See you later.